Targeting has never been more confusing on Facebook ads. And if you don't approach targeting properly, you can burn a lot of money. Today, I'm gonna show you when to use Advantage Plus targeting and when not to, so you can make sure the right people are seeing your ads. My name's Sean Bacastow, and over the past 10 years, I've driven over $50 million in online sales using Facebook ads. Facebook ads used to be straightforward. You would tell Facebook the type of people who you wanted to see your ads, and they'd put your ads in front of that type of person. Nowadays, it's more complex. Meta is going more and more towards broad targeting, which means age, gender, and location only, and letting the machine learning algorithm figure out who to show your ads to. This works really well for products that have a very broad market appeal. It doesn't work as well for products with very specific niche audiences. So the first step in figuring out whether you should be using Advantage Plus targeting is asking yourself, am I trying to reach a broad audience or a very specific niche audience? You can think of products that would appeal to a broad audience as things like clothes, shoes, cars, etc. A lot of people are buying them. Everyone knows what they are. Niche products would be more like software for accountants at enterprise companies. Really, B2B in general tends to be very niche. Some more examples would be like apparel for specific teams or music artists, or maybe you're promoting a contest that only allows tech founders to enter it. These are all products that you don't just want to blast out to everyone and let Facebook try to figure out who your ads are targeting. So in general, if you're looking to reach a broad audience and you're optimizing for either sales or leads, you're going to want to use Advantage Plus targeting. This is mainly because Meta's own studies have shown that you'll see on average 33% better results when using Advantage Plus for sales and leads than you would with the original audience options. But when you use Advantage Plus targeting, you have a lot less control than you would with the original audience option. So if you're targeting niche audiences, you're probably going to want to opt for original audience option. This will give you a lot more control over who sees your ads. Let's dive into an ad account so I can show you what I mean. So let's say that we're going to be setting up a sales campaign here, continue, manual sales campaign, and we're going to want to go to the ad set level because that is where our targeting lives. And you're going to see by default that Advantage Plus audience is on. And what this will allow you to do is have a set of audience controls and then basically a set of suggestions. So the controls allow you to set your location. So I can say, I only want people in the US to see this. You can set a minimum age, but the minimum age only goes from 18 to 25. So that's key. If you have a product that only appeals to, let's say men or women of a certain age, well, this isn't gonna be great for you. You're probably gonna end up burning some ad spend. And then you also have control over which custom audiences you exclude. For instance, maybe you want to exclude your past purchasers if you have a product that people only buy once, and your languages. So you can say, I only want people who speak English to see this ad. Then all you have is a set of suggestions. So you could go here and you could say, I know that my customer is women 30 to 45. That's where I see most of my purchases. And you could dial that in here. And you could say, and I know that they're typically parents. So now, we've essentially told Meta that we only want to show our ads to people who are above 25 in the US, people who speak English, let's say, and we won't touch the custom audiences. So this is all stuff that Meta is going to respect. So they will treat this as a rule and they will not go outside of those parameters. But when we get down to this section, these are all suggestions. They can literally ignore all of this if they think it will improve your results. So we've told them 30 to 45 women who are parents, but they might be like, actually men 25 to 30 are who we're going to show your ad to. And this is where we run into the issue for products like B2B or very niche B2C products because, we may have a very defined set of people who are even in the market for our product. So now we're going to switch to original audience options, and you'll see that we're going to get this pop up here. It's like a warning message. It says, hey, you might actually want to use Advantage Plus audience because we have seen, up to 33% lower cost per result based on our experience. We're just going to click use original audience. We don't care. And now you'll see that there's not the concept of audience controls and suggestions. It's just one set of parameters. So if we're looking to market a niche consumer product, like let's say I'm a big Chicago Bulls fan, so let's say we're selling Bulls t-shirts, and we then could say, I want to show this to people in Chicago DMA, and then we could say, Bulls fans are typically let's say 20 to 40. For gender, we're going to leave this as all. And then for advantage detailed targeting, we're going to go Chicago Bulls, basketball team. Okay, so you can see our audience here is an estimated 400,000 essentially. One very important note here is that you'll see that this advantage detailed targeting has been automatically applied. And that's because this is a sales campaign. So essentially Meta is saying, hey, we're going to respect your targeting, but we might go outside of it and expand your audience if we think it's going to get you better results. This is annoying to me, to be honest. I think you should be able to toggle this off. And on leads campaigns, like if you're optimizing for leads, you can toggle this off and say, I don't want you to go outside of my targeting parameters. And I think the reason Meta does this is because they're probably thinking, if someone's trying to drive purchases, we have so much purchase data that we're going to get better results than you manually putting in your targeting. But when you're looking to drive leads, your audience may be really small. You may be advertising a national B2B software product where, your audience is 100,000 tech founders. Or you may be looking to drive leads for like a local landscaping business where the audience is also very small, like if you're in a smaller city. So I think that's why they give you more control when it comes to leads than purchases. But like I said, I wish they'd give you the option here on the sales. So let me show you what that looks like on a leads campaign. So we're going to create a new campaign. We're going to choose leads, and then we're going to go manual leads campaign, go to the ad set level, and you will see that if we switch to original audience options, and now you see we can uncheck this box, which means they're going to respect our targeting. They're not going to go outside of it. They're not going to expand it, which is really nice if you do have a niche offer. There is a way that you can kind of get the best of both worlds between Advantage Plus targeting and the more detailed original audience targeting. So I'm going to show you that. Let's go to create a new campaign, sales, manual sales campaign. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use Advantage Plus audience with suggestions. This is what I find myself doing most often these days, because even though that Meta is going more and more broad, I don't just always want to start advertising to a broad audience, especially when I'm new into an account. I want to give some idea to Meta, like who they should be targeting. And then if they want to go outside of that, that's totally fine. So let's say we're advertising a product for dogs. Let's just assume, dog owners are typically like out of college, 23. And then we can go down to this audience suggestion here, and we can say our audience, we think it's like 23 to 60, and then people who are into dogs. And we could even get more specific than that. Like we could say, let's say it's dog food. We could say dog food, pet supplies, and we could remove this so that we get only people who are either talking about or buying dog food or interacting with dog food content. And this would at least give Meta something to go off of. Yes, they can go outside of it. They may completely ignore this, but that's all right. Like I'm comfortable with them doing that. This is a pretty broad market product. I just want to give them a starting point so they're like, okay, we kind of know who we should be targeting here. So most of the time I find myself doing this. If I have a really specific, let's say B2B offer, I'll optimize for leads and I'll have original audience options with audience expansion off. And Meta has done their best to make this very confusing, but there are still some ways to work around it. So I hope this has been helpful. If you'd like me to write, design, and manage your ads so you don't have to think about any of the things we just talked about, click the link in the description below and book a free strategy call with me. And if you learned something today, make sure to check out this video where I show you how to avoid the 11 Facebook ad account killers. These are things that I see in ad accounts all the time, and they can absolutely ruin any chance you have of success, so be aware. Till next time.